Hello, everybody. Let's take a nice deep breath. Maybe it's the first deep breath that you are taking today. Let it out. If you're watching this, you are invited to take a stretch. Expand your arms, right? We're sitting like this or like this all day long. And it's time to feel your body. It's time to take a breath. It's time to roll your shoulders back, open up your chest, get physical, get out of this control tower and into all of your intelligence. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Michelle Keinan. I'm kind of new in this group, but I've talked to a lot of you. I am also known as the Satisfied Wife. I am a relationship success coach, and I help powerful, visionary women that are in relationships with men have relationships, marriages that feel sexy and satisfying and successful as the lives and the businesses that we are building and creating. So I see some of you are popping on already. If you're here, say hi, leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know what you're working on, right? It is Monday. A lot of us are on the grind, back at our computers, wishing it was the weekend. A lot of us are launching, creating new products. Let me know in the comments what you do and what you are working on. I'm in this group because I love supporting visionary women like yourselves. And I happen to be one of those visionary women too. Except I had a lot of struggle in my life as an entrepreneur from a lot of outside messages that I got about relationships and about men. So, for those of you that wanted me to let you know, if you are not into men, if you don't want to hear about relationships with men and how they can really propel your impact and your income, this ain't the video for you. But if you are married, if you love a man and you want to have a great relationship and life while you are building a great business, you are in the right place. You are talking to the right lady. I'm your girl because we can have it all, right? We've heard the phrase have it all. Who here has heard it, right? And we've heard have it all. And some of us, when we hear that phrase, we get excited, like, yeah, I want to have it all. Some of us can feel anxious, like, oh my God, have it all. That means I have to do it all. I have to be it all. I have to figure everything out. And it can cause a lot of anxiety. Some of us here have it all, and we're just like, yeah, right. That is just BS. That is just marketing. That's just for rich people that have personal assistants and babysitters and employees and trust funds and all that kind of stuff. You can't actually have it all. This is a video for those of us that want to have it all and want to have it without feeling like we need to burn ourselves out or destroy ourselves or have to be something that we're not in order to have it. So the first thing that I want to tell you, if you're watching this, this is your sign right now that yes, you can have it all. And you can have it in a way that feels really, really good for you, really nourishing for you, really satisfying for you. But what you have to do, what I'm going to invite you to do, is first of all, understand that having it all is so different for everyone. Like if I asked you right now, what would it mean to you to have it all? What does that look like? What comes to your mind? Like, is it a certain amount of dollars in your bank account? Is it a certain kind of lifestyle? Is it like a dream home? Is it working only like a certain amount of hours a week? Are you a digital nomad? Do you own your own company? Like, leave in the comments what it would mean or look like for you to have it all. And it's so important for you to do that, right? The reason that I'm asking you to do this is I'm a somatic therapist, I'm an NLP, neuro linguistic programming practitioner, and our words and our thoughts are the very beginning and basis of making what we want real, right? Everything that's around us, it didn't exist until somebody thought of it. Somebody thought of building walls and making art and making candles and dresses. Someone had to think of that first before they put it out there. So whatever your thoughts are, right? Thoughts become things. What is your thoughts on having it all? What does it mean to you? What does it look like to you? What would it feel like to you? Share it in the comments for you, because this is your work and this is a gift that I'm giving you guys by doing this video. A lot of us, right, when we think about having it all, the first thing that we do is we actually look around at what other people have as an example or as a threshold for like not only what we want, like, oh, that looks good on them, but for what's possible or not possible for us. Like, did you know that so many of the thoughts that you have in your head and the expectations that you have about life and what's possible, they come because our minds are programmed, right? We've been indoctrinated, we've been brainwashed since birth by our parents, by society, by what we see around us to tell us what is and what isn't possible for us. And so a lot of us, first of all, don't even know what have it all means or what that would look like. And then on top of that, we have so many messages about what's possible for us based on how we grew up, where we come from, how much money we're used to making, what we've seen be possible for like our friends, our family, our parents, our neighbors, what we see in the movies and on TV. And so a lot of us don't realize what is possible for ourselves and what we can have. Now, why am I a relationship success coach, right? Like I help women have extremely satisfying dream relationships that feel infinite with their male partners. Why am I talking about having it all? Okay. The reason that I'm talking about it is because what is possible for us alone in our desires, right? Versus what happens when we join forces, when we have the gift of joining forces with a partner in making those come true. Those are very different in terms of possibilities. Because what happens when we join resources, when we join partners and make a partnership with somebody else, what is possible for us, what have it all means, starts to be a lot more infinite, a lot more grand, a lot more possible, right? It's only natural, it's only logical that what you have and what you're able to do alone is limited, right? Even though we can do anything that we set our minds to, fine, whatever that is, but we could do even more when we have a partner, when we're in partnership with somebody else. But a lot of us, right, have indoctrination in our mind about what's possible for us in our relationships, in our partnerships, especially when it comes to men, right? Like, who here has heard that men don't like successful women? Who here has heard that, like that the more you get successful, the more you get promoted, the more responsibilities you have. That means that, the more of a shitty job you're going to do as a mom, or the more unavailable you're going to be at home and in your family, or the more resentful that your partner is going to be. Who here has heard stories, right? Have you heard stories like in the media or in blogs or on like other feeds of women that like they became more successful and their man resented them, or they stopped, being able to have sex in their relationships, or the attraction went away, or the fighting was worse, or now the mom has to like, or the wife has to wake up at like 5 in the morning to get everything done and then take care of her family and then do everything, and then everyone goes to bed at night and that's when she can work, right? We hear those stories and those examples all the time of how hard it is for women to be successful, especially when they're married, especially when they have families, especially when they have kids. And I'm not discounting any of that. A lot of women out there are having a really hard time, a really challenging time, and that's why I have my job. That's why I have my business. That's why I'm so motivated and passionate and inspired to share this message with you, because I want to help you understand for yourself, whether it's you watching this video or you working with me privately or being inside my Goddess Wife School. I want you to see an example and understand for yourself that not only what you want is possible, not only is your version of having it all possible, but you don't have to destroy yourself, burn yourself out, burn the candle at both ends, put yourself down, do things in a way that doesn't feel good for you. But that's what most women are doing, right? That's what so many of us are doing. And that's the example that we're seeing bounced at us back over and over and over again. And we're using that as proof of, well, that's the only way, right? And then it makes us angry. And then it makes us hate men. And then it makes us feel like stuck and trapped and we can't really get what we want. But right, if you've done mindset work, if you've done manifestation work, that it's your responsibility as a creator, right, to not only focus on and get dragged down on what isn't working and what you hate. Oh, do you see these rainbows? I have rainbows on me now. A crystal in my window. That it's so important for you not to only fixate on the problems and what isn't working, right? Unless that's what you want to create more and more of. Just like in your business, right? If something wasn't working in your business, if your schedule wasn't working, if your team wasn't working, if you weren't getting the results that you wanted, you wouldn't keep doing more of the same, right? Like that would be crazy if you kept doing those things and kept not having the results that you want. Like That would be silly. You need to do something else. You know that as an entrepreneur. So if you're a married entrepreneur, or if you're an entrepreneur that's in partnership with a man, and look, this can apply to same-sex partnerships as well, but I'm just in my zone of genius and in my lane. I really focus on heterosexual relationships with women that really want their man to like step up and be more confident and be more supportive and take more charge, and at the same time feel closer with their partner, right? Like you want to feel like you're really a team together, and that like you're meeting each other's needs and he's really there for you, and you have like depth in your relationship while you're growing and while you're building. Like I want that for you too. That's why I'm here, because you can have that in relationship. But what it means is that you need to start making choices, and you need to start showing up for yourself in the relationship, not for your man, not because for you, you want it to feel different. If you want to have a different kind of result in your partnership where your man feels excited and inspired to be in partnership with you to co-create together, instead of what's going on with a lot of couples where the woman feels, right? Like how many times have you felt let down or disappointed, or like he doesn't hear you, or like he doesn't care, or like you guys are doing your thing. This is happening. This is so many women I'm talking to. It feels like you're living side by side with your partner. You guys are like handling your things, right? But the deep love is gone, or the deep connection is gone, or that way of feeling like if you are together, then anything is possible. And I want you to know that you can absolutely have that with your man, because he really wants that too. He wants that as much as you do. But it's up to us to start to create the kinds of opportunities and the spaces in our relationships for that to happen, instead of what so many of us do because of the programming in our mind that say he doesn't want to help, and I could just do it on my own, and it's more efficient if I don't explain it to him, and let me just get my head down and figure this out, and I'll just do it by myself, and doing all these things that might be more efficient in the moment, but that overall leave us burnt out and stressed out and resentful and more distant from our partner, when all we want from him is the opposite, right? Because what I teach, what I love to teach my powerful, strong, visionary clients that are building, right? We're all building amazing businesses and lives where we know anything is possible, but then we feel so stuck in our relationships with our partners. Like, why isn't he getting on board? Why isn't he joining me in this? Why aren't we co-creating together? Okay, what I know is that I teach something called 100-100 relationships. In fact, most relationship coaches would tell you it's all about compromise. It's all about meeting in the middle. It's all about 50-50. But the thing is that in relationships where everything is meet in the middle, 50-50 compromise, it means that nobody's fully happy. Okay? It means that we all feel like what we're being taught is I have to give something up, or I can never fully have or get what I want, and I'll never fully get what I need, and I always need to compromise and give something away and never fully be happy. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's why I want you to have a 100-100 relationship with your partner, where you get to be your full self, your full, satisfied, creative, highest self, and he gets to be that too. Okay? But if you want that, if you want to feel like you have a relationship where you don't have to compromise, where you don't have to say yes to shit that you hate, where you feel obligated and you're not allowed to say no, where everything feels like it's on your shoulders, where the default is that like you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other just to keep putting things together, I'm going to invite you to look at yourself and go back to my original question for those of you that are just popping on and hi, which is, what does it mean for you to have it all? Okay. And is having it all, like, is what you're doing right now, even if you have the numbers in the bank account, even if you have the Instagram photos of your family and your outfits and your dream weight and your car and all that kind of stuff, does it feel like you have it all? Okay. And what actually does having it all mean to you? And for those of you that are in relationships, for those of you that are in relationships with a masculine partner, if you don't have what you want in that relationship, it doesn't matter how much money you make and how successful you are in your business and all the things that you can buy and all the vacations that you get to take, because when you close that computer and when you get in bed at night, if you don't have the connection that you want with your man, if you don't have the love feeling inside of you in your heart, if you don't feel satisfied and fulfilled with your closest partner, it's never going to feel like you have it all. It's always going to feel like you have to do another thing and make another win and get another client and keep growing your business. And that is what is happening to so many women that I work with. They're throwing themselves into their work, they're throwing themselves into their success because they don't want to feel the pain and the loneliness of what they don't have with their man. And it's this vicious cycle that keeps happening over and over and over again. So if this relates to you, if you resonate with what I'm saying, I want you to know that there's hope. I want you to know, and this isn't just because I'm going to pitch you and tell you about my legendary Goddess Wife School, there's that, but I just want you to know, right? Like, I'm here sharing this with you because I've been there. I worked in corporate America for over a decade. I made multiple six figures. I had it all. I had the closets and the clothes and the trips and the car and the amazing apartment in New York City and everything. I had everything, everything, everything. But inside, it didn't feel like that, right? It felt like something was always missing, especially in my relationships. I never could feel fulfilled. I could never feel like the men that I was dating or that I was with, like they could never show up for me and be what I wanted them to be. Like, I've been there, right? And I realized that I needed to end a pattern. I needed to end a cycle in my life where I was putting walls up in my heart, that where I was working for and fighting for things that actually didn't matter, that were just an idea of having it all. Because I've had $40,000 months, cash months, and felt like total shit when I closed the computer and could not get close to my partner, could not feel loved by him, could not receive everything that he wanted to give me. And it fucking sucked. It totally sucked. Pardon my language. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse in here, but that's how bad it sucked. And a lot of us are having that kind of experience. And then we're hearing stories or we're regurgitating information that we're hearing, right? About, oh, well, he just can't love me or he doesn't understand me. And look, if you're in an abusive situation, if you're with an asshole, this does not pertain to you. But if you're with a man that loves you, he wants you to be successful and he wants you to be happy, and nothing would make him happier than to be the source of that happiness. He wants to see you thrive. He wants your business to be exploding. He wants to celebrate all of your successes with you. But some of us don't know how to let that happen. Some of us are busy fighting for having it all because we don't know how to actually let in the love and the support and the deep partnership of the man in our lives that wants to help us build it and that can take us even to a greater level of success and satisfaction. And I don't want that to be for you. So if this message was relevant for you, if you want to have a different kind of experience in your relationship, you're totally welcome to join my free group. It's called Goddess Wife Vibes. You can search for it in Facebook. Come on in. Or you can join my legendary Goddess Wife School, which is starting this week. It's an incredible 10-week live program that teaches you how to feel like a goddess in your relationship every day while you build your business, while you get closer to your man, while you have an incredible life that you get to truly enjoy, that you get to truly co-create with magic and with joy and with pleasure, because you are letting yourself have it all instead of using all of your energy to constantly push and hustle and fight and drag yourself and claw yourself to success that never ends up feeling good, no matter how much money you make, no matter how good it looks on social media. And I've been there, and I want you to have a different kind of experience. So connect with me. Let's be friends. Let's talk about this stuff. Let us be the change, a change in paradigm and a change in reality for what amazing infinite relationships between men and women can be, especially for powerful businesswomen, entrepreneurs, money makers, success stories, because success without the love and the relationships that we're yearning for in our lives can feel so empty and unfulfilling. And I want you to have a different experience where you know you are loved, where you know how to welcome that in, where you feel your partner walking alongside of you, where you know that you could lean back and let him hold you, because yo, you are working so hard. You are grinding so much. You are doing all of the things. You are using so much energy to build and to create and to put out there and to win. And I want you to feel like you're winning at home, even when you're not in front of a computer, even when you don't have clients telling you that you're doing a great job and sending you testimonials, even when you're not getting pings that you've made sales or had signups for your program. You deserve that kind of love and fulfillment. And that is what having it all can truly mean. That no matter what is going on in your business, that you feel loved and supported and that everything is going to work out because you have your partner. You have your partner along with you every step of the way. And the best part of it is when you have that experience, that's when really cool things start to happen to your business. That's when you get to chill out more. That's when you get to enjoy more. That's when you get to be in pleasure, be in love, really enjoy your life. And your business really gets to blossom because you get to break generational patterns for how they tell you success looks like, for what success is supposed to be, how you're supposed to make success. You don't have to grind so hard. You don't have to be working all the time. You can be fully supported in your life and enjoy your life and enjoy your family and get that money and get that success and get those clients too. And that's what I want for you. So if you're a successful businesswoman, entrepreneur, and you're not having that experience in your relationship, hit me up, shoot me a DM, or go to goddesswifeschool.com and you can still slide in and join the program this week. If you want to work with me one-on-one to really learn how to feel like a goddess in your own life, business, and relationship, you can shoot me a DM. Or if you're just like, maybe let me check you out first, it's all inside of my free Facebook group. You can just search in Facebook Goddess Wife Vibes. It'll pop right up, and you're welcome in to get all this juicy goodness and be around other amazing women like yourselves that are building the lives, businesses, and relationships of their dreams. Loving you guys so much, and see you later. Bye.